morning. This is Trie, and this is Morning Mind Dump. Good morning, beautiful souls. Welcome to Morning Mind Dump with Trie. My name is Trie, your host, and today I wanted to talk about intense connections that bring some profound life lessons. It's a topic that is deeply personal. Have you ever experienced a connection so intense that it leaves you unsure of how to proceed? It's like finding an old tree swing in the woods, and the rope is worn, it's unraveling, and you're not sure if it's safe to swing on, but the allure of swinging on the swing higher and higher and feeling emotions of like childlike joy, it just calls to you. And you hope the rope doesn't break. But you just feel like you just really want to experience that. You're supposed to experience that. So you go and you sit on the swing and everything's fine, right? But life is like intense connections often challenge us in the same way. Our logic gets overwhelmed, pulling us towards vulnerability and emotional depth, and we might hesitate. We fear it. We like the unraveling of the rope, we might feel old fears and insecurities come up. The what if this is gonna happen? What if it breaks? What if it doesn't, swing? We all have these uncertainties that lie inside us, and it's scary. It's scary. The unknown is scary. But there's so much potential for growth. So just like the swing, there's potential that you could have so much joy. I myself have faced this dilemma, wrestling with the urge of having feelings for somebody that was younger than me, and denying. I was like, there's no way this would work. You start going through all the reasons why you shouldn't. And then you start questioning why you're having these feelings, and because you're like, it doesn't make sense. I don't even know this person. But I just feel so connected. There's something about this one person compared to everyone else. and you just can't put your finger on it because you can't tell them. You can't tell them exactly how you feel. And this, if you can't confront these barriers that hinder us from embracing potential for like a meaningful connection. So you don't speak up, you don't say your feelings, or you do, and they're not open to it on their end because they're having the same thoughts, like why this can't happen. So now, how do you move forward? You have this tug of war. Like, the other person might have the tug of war, you might have a tug of war internally, and I guess, first of all, it starts off with, like, acknowledging your fears and insecurities. And I've finally come to that, recognizing these barriers, I'm starting to dismantle them so that I can pave a path for myself to be authentic and emotionally honest. Because each connection whether it's intense or not, carries valuable lessons, right? Any relationship. They teach us about ourselves, our desires, the capacity to love deeply. That's why we want to be partnered up, right? They challenge us to break free from old patterns and follow our hearts, pursue our passions. This is, again, why we want to be partnered. Nobody wants to go through life 100% solo. Right now, that's my path. That's what is supposed to happen. Because I've been working on myself, and you can't be partnered with somebody else if you're not okay with yourself, you know? So my advice to you is, if you feel intense feelings for somebody, to not shy away from them. Explore them with empathy and courage, and release any control, and just allow yourself to be vulnerable. Because once you do that, you can understand the lessons that they bring, and the growth and the inspiration that it brings. And you never know how long a relationship is going to last. There is no guarantee. Because sometimes you're just supposed to learn a lesson from them. And that's okay. I still feel like I've learned a lot from this person, but I don't think it's finished. I don't feel like it's complete. And every day I'm just like, what is the lesson today? Even without this person, that's how I like life to be. Like, it's exciting. You wake up in the morning, you're like, what am I going to learn today? Because my days are not planned at all. Every single one of my days is different. And I love it. I embrace it. And I've talked about this before. Once you let go of control, because life is going to happen however it's supposed to happen. Yeah, you can make choices, you have free will, but if they're supposed to happen, then you're just going to be guided. You think you're not guided, there is somebody controlling your path. If they want you to go, whether you believe in God, spirits, angels, somebody in a different realm, playing a video game, whatever you believe, that's where you're going to go. That's what you're going to do. Whether you figure it out here in the present moment is another thing, but if you want to, then it's fun. If you think of it that way, then it's like, oh, what is my challenge today? How do I get to the next level and be a better person? Yeah. I know. It's a deep Saturday. But this is how I'm feeling, so I don't know if this person listens to my podcast or not. I hope he does. I hope he gets something from it, knows that I'm genuine, and that I care. Like, I just want him to be a part of my life somehow. Because I know that that's what's supposed to happen. And I'm curious to know if anybody else has had intense connections with somebody that like challenged you to embrace change in your life. Like, I have gone through a lot of things just in this past year alone, never mind beforehand, but definitely in this past year I've grown, and it's kind of funny. People who I've just met have noticed that and have said something to me, and I'm like, thank you very much for noticing, because I've been working very hard at bettering myself and figuring out why I do things, what's my beliefs, why do I believe it, where did they start. A lot of that shapes who you are. So to figure that out and know, okay, I believe this because this is why. Is it because your parents taught you that and you feel like that's what you're supposed to believe because that's what you're taught? Or do you really believe it? Like, does your soul believe it? These are questions that go through my mind all the time, and I just encourage everybody to sit with yourself. This is why I draw for hours. You don't have to draw, but just do something by yourself in quietness. I challenge you to do this for at least a half an hour, and if not longer. I literally could spend a whole day. All right, maybe not a whole day, because I do check my social medias, but for at least 6 hours, I know I can sit in quietness and not be distracted by anything else. But I'm going off topic. But back to my question was, what was it? Have you had to navigate through an intense connection that challenged you to embrace change? And how did you find clarity among the intense feelings? I know there are other people out here who are listening, who believe in soul connections. I believe I've said this before, that if you talked to me a couple years ago, I would think, yeah, whatever, that's just in the movies, it's not real. Soul connections are not real. Soulmates aren't real. It's not that I didn't believe in romance, but obviously, yeah, I'm working through some childhood traumas. We won't go into now, but I'm sure eventually I'll start talking about it in future podcasts about my life, and how I was brought up. But I would like to hear your thoughts. Yeah. Let's talk about it. I would love to hear your story of your soulmate, or somebody that you had intense connection with, and did you ever get together? Did you not get together? What happened? What's your side of the story? Because obviously there is going to be two sides of the story, if there's somebody else involved. So until next time, stay grounded, stay grateful, keep shining your light. This is Trie signing off from another episode of Morning Mind Dump. Have a great day. Thank you for tuning into Morning Mind Dump with Trie. If you've enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to follow, subscribe, and leave a review. Share the podcast with your friends and family who might need a little morning inspiration. Much love and hugs.